Hello, ALX. Hello, Nairobi Trailblazer community. My name is Tony Kirumba, and I was going to be your speaker today, but I had an unfortunate family issue that meant that I couldn't travel to Nairobi. All the same, I want to thank you all for coming to the event, and I want to especially thank Sophie and the team at ALX and the leaders of the Nairobi Trailblazer community for putting this all together. You wouldn't believe the excitement and the engagement that the Nairobi Trailblazer leaders jumped onto this with, and I feel like you're in very, very good hands with Dennis and the team. A quick introduction, Tony Kirumba. I grew up in Kenya, grew up in Nairobi, and after high school I had an opportunity to attend ALA, the program that started this all, and after that was able to go to school in the US. During a break from school, this was 2018-19, I was on a break from school in Kenya, and that's when I landed my first job in the Salesforce ecosystem as a consultant at a firm called Baobab Partners. I came in with a little bit of a technology background. My degree was in engineering, so I knew I had a baseline of computer knowledge, but really it was skilling up in the Salesforce ecosystem and learning how to deliver solutions for customers. I spent almost 5 years at Baobab Partners and leaned very heavily into the technical and development side of Salesforce. So I was building more advanced customizations and doing a lot of integration work. Last year, in about May, was tired of consulting and wanted to change things up, and so I joined Boston Beer Company, which is a national beer supplier. If you've ever heard of the brand Sam Adams, Boston Beer is the one that makes that. I'm very lucky to have found the Salesforce ecosystem because it opened up the world of software engineering to me in a very accessible way, and I plan to stay here in Salesforce, in technology, in software engineering for a good long while. The theme of today's event was discussing what a career as a Salesforce professional looks like. And I'll save the long stories, but I wanted to highlight three key things that have shaped my career in Salesforce and have shaped especially the past 6 years for me. The first one is a focus on deep knowledge and customer value. So today, I can say with some confidence that you can ask me any question about anything that has been built on Salesforce, and my technical knowledge, my foundation is deep enough that even if I don't know the answer, I know how to get to it. And that's been a core part of my value proposition as a professional. Ask me anything about Salesforce and I can dig my way to the answer. And then on the other side, customer value. The people that I work for, the people that you work for, the people who buy and use Salesforce, the organizations that buy and use Salesforce, don't actually care about Salesforce. They care about value, right? My customers, my end users, my stakeholders, they don't care about how cool and interesting Salesforce is. What they care about is how can this piece of technology improve my business, streamline my operations, open up new opportunities for value, help me reduce costs. That's what people care about. And so being able to speak to that, being able to speak to how a solution that I can build on this platform can translate into a gain for your organization and for your business is absolutely key to landing jobs in the ecosystem and to being successful. The second thing is this paradigm of focusing on skills because your skills become your value, becomes your demand, becomes your success. So I'm not shy about saying when I started in the Salesforce ecosystem, I was underpaid. I felt underpaid. I wasn't making big Salesforce money, whatever that might mean. But I focused on skills, I focused on high quality delivery, I focused on going above and beyond and not just turning the wheel or executing the steps, but actually understanding the technology, understanding the platform, understanding how the solution I was building delivers value. And that became my value. I became the go-to person for certain questions. If you had an issue with an Apex integration, who should you talk to? You should talk to Tony. He's built a lot of those things. He's written a lot of that code, and he can probably help you figure out what it is you need to figure out very quickly. So my skill became value. I became the go-to person for certain questions. And then that value turned into demand. Now I have the leverage to negotiate and say, here's my value. I'm the go-to person for this scope of things, and I should get paid more. And it becomes a much easier negotiation. And you go out into the job market with a value proposition, with a compelling value proposition that helps you land jobs. And ultimately that became success. So my point being, it's okay to be underpaid at the beginning as long as you are building your skill, because your skill becomes your value, becomes your demand, ultimately becomes your success. And then the third thing that I wanted to highlight is the market has changed. I saw an article the other day about how CBK interest rates have hit 13%. I don't know if it's 12.5 or 13%. And debtors are paying 24% on their loans. We live, we are in a hard market. And as far as I've seen, there's no more easy jobs in the Salesforce ecosystem. So if you were looking for for an easy job, my friend, I'm sorry. Those jobs disappeared in 2017. And in this hard market, so embrace the hard market, embrace the hard world that we are in, and become the kind of person a hard person who can do hard work and land hard jobs. That's the way that I'm approaching the market. My goal, if I think about another 15 years of my career in the Salesforce ecosystem, it's not about things that are easy, it's about things that are hard. It's about identifying hard things, building the skill and the capability to do that kind of hard work, and then landing those hard jobs which never go away no matter what the environment is. So those are the three things that I wanted to highlight. A focus on deep knowledge and customer value. Skill equals value equals demand, ultimately equals success. And embrace the hard market that we are in and become a hard person who can thrive in this environment. I hope you all have a fantastic evening. Again, between Sophie and the team at ALX and the Nairobi Trailblazer leadership, you guys are in excellent hands, and I hope it'll be a banger of an event. My call to action for you all is share your feedback openly, tell us what worked and tell us what didn't, so that as we explore future collaborations and future events, we're able to speak to the things that matter to you. Thanks again, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.